We are less than 3 months into the administration at this point, so I think we've got a ways to go to be able to determine anything related to that. This is the first days of trying to be able to stop some of the failed policies, quite frankly. The border is much more secure. I think that was a key area that a lot of Americans said they don't like the chaos of the border. If we go back a year and a half ago, we had 12,000 people a day that were illegally crossing the border. Now we have less than 200 even attempting to cross the border. That's a dramatic turnaround. Right. Well, on the economy, it's the same thing. We're in the early days. As I mentioned before, a lot of people are looking long term on this, not short term, as we do typically in the stock market. It's not what happens in a week. It's what happens in a year or 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, where people see the real growth. The initial push right now is let's get rid of the reciprocal tariffs that are out there, where a lot of, or I'm sorry, do reciprocal tariffs to try to push down tariffs that are high overseas and to be able to bring those down. That's a key feature that will help our economy long term. Getting more manufacturers coming to the United States, as we have seen multiple entities from around the world moving to do more manufacturing in the United States just in the last 3 months. Literally trillions of dollars of investment coming back our way. That will have a long term impact. So I don't think we can judge what's going to happen a year from now by what happened in a week. So a couple things on that. No, we've not gone through the intelligence, at least I've not gone through the intelligence report specifically in that case. But I would tell you there is a requirement that if you're a student or under a legal visa here in the United States and you're supporting a terror organization, you can be removed from the United States. That is current federal law. That has been used in the past and should be used again. We should not have individuals that are here under a tourist visa, student visa, work visa that actually come and then abuse that system to be able to undermine the United States. So this is not a suppression of free speech. This is saying Americans have the right to free speech. But if you're a foreigner coming into our country and you're coming to undermine our country, whether it's in support of terrorism or not, that should be something we do not allow. Well, she's being held initially to be able to say this is the charge that's out there. So that's pretty normal for anyone that is then arrested or then is picked up and detained. When you're not legally present in the United States or when you're under a visa in the United States and there's an accusation, you are picked up and to be able to be held at that point to say we have some real questions here on behavior and what's happening. As we saw during the Biden administration, there were multiple individuals that were then picked up, charged, and then released, and then they later committed crimes. What the Trump administration is trying to do is make sure that doesn't happen, or they don't have something that actually inspires additional terrorism acts in the United States. So she should have due process. She's under a legal visa. That's entirely appropriate.